You've visualized. You've affirmed. You've tried to feel it as if it's already yours. But still, nothing seems to change. The money hasn't arrived. The relationship hasn't appeared. The opportunities are still missing. Deep down, a quiet frustration grows, and a silent question echoes in your mind. What am I doing wrong? You followed everything they taught. You tried to think positively, to raise your vibration, to speak your desires into existence. Yet the results continue to slip through your fingers like mist. Why? Because there's a hidden paradox no one ever told you. The more you desire something, the more you confirm its absence. Every time you say, "I want this," the signal you're actually sending is, "I don't have it." And the quantum field, which mirrors your dominant frequency, responds not to your hopes, but to your energetic state of being. This is the missing link in the traditional law of attraction. And it's why so many people feel like they're chasing shadows. But what if you stopped chasing? What if you stopped trying to become and started being? This video is not about working harder to manifest your dreams. It's about turning the entire process inside out. Welcome to quantum manifestation, the reverse method that doesn't ask you to pretend, to wait, or to force. It invites you to start from the result, to live the ending now, and to become the version of you who already has it. The truth is simple, yet revolutionary. You don't need to chase the light. You need to become the light, because reality does not respond to your effort. It responds to your frequency. And when your frequency is aligned with the outcome has no choice but to align with you. This is not about faking it. This is about embodying it, right here, right now. If you're ready to stop waiting and start living your result, write it in the comments. I am ready to live the result. Because the moment you decide to embody, the quantum begins to move, and reality starts to bend around who you are, not what you want. So now that you understand it's not about chasing, let's go deeper into the hidden trap that almost everyone falls into. The desire trap. On the surface, desire seems innocent. Wanting a better life, wanting more love, wanting success. But in the language of energy, the word want carries a subtle signal. And that signal is lack. When you say, "I want more money," the field hears, "I don't have it." When you say, "I want to be healthy," the signal being broadcast is, "I'm still unwell." That's why the more you want, the more you keep experiencing the absence of what you desire. Because your focus is not on the having. It's on the distance between you and the result. The quantum field does not deliver based on your wish. It reflects what you consistently emit. That's why the statement, "The universe doesn't respond to what you want. It reflects what you are," is not a quote. It's a law. A mirror, a perfect match to your dominant vibration. And this is where many people unknowingly sabotage their manifestations. They speak affirmations they don't believe. They force positivity while drowning in quiet doubt. They repeat mantras, hoping to override the fear inside, but the quantum reads their core frequency, not their surface effort. Fake optimism doesn't translate into alignment. The body knows. The subconscious knows, and the field mirrors that truth back. So the key is not to want more. The key is to tune in as if it's already done, to stabilize in the frequency of wholeness, to step out of seeking and into embodying, because seeking implies it's not here yet. Embodying says it already is. When you become the person who no longer needs, you unlock the state that creates. Right now, you have the choice. You can keep searching, or you can start radiating. Declare this to yourself. I don't need more. I choose to broadcast from the state of already having. And as that signal anchors into your nervous system, the quantum begins to reorganize itself in your favor. Not because you wanted it hard enough, but because you finally matched what was already yours. Once you stop broadcasting from lack and begin embodying wholeness, a new door opens. And that door leads to the most profound truth of all. You are not here to chase your future. You are here to select it. Imagine the universe not as a distant force granting wishes, but as a vast cosmic library. Inside this library, every version of your life already exists. The life of struggle, the life of peace, the life of abundance, the life of love. These are not fantasies, they are frequencies. And your consciousness is the library card. You don't create your future from scratch. You choose it. You tune to it. You step into it. Quantum physics has revealed a truth that rewrites everything. At the subatomic level, particles don't behave like solid things. They exist as waves of potential. Nothing is fixed until something observes it. In the famous double-slit experiment, particles behaved like waves when unobserved, but collapsed into solid positions the moment they were measured. This tells us something deeply mystical, yet scientifically grounded. Observation creates reality. But it's not just about seeing, it's about being. When you embody a state of I am, you collapse possibility into presence. You collapse future into now. You are the observer, and your frequency is the key. The moment you say, I am living the result, the field begins to shift. Not because you forced it, but because the wave collapsed into your chosen timeline. You didn't chase it. You tuned into it. This is why you don't need to attract anything. You only need to live as if it is already true. And the quantum field, infinitely intelligent and precise, will organize matter and moments to reflect that signal. So let this be your emotional declaration. Say it with your whole being. I don't need to attract it. I am living it now. Feel the weight of that. Let it settle in your body. Because once you anchor that truth, you're no longer waiting for your reality to change. You are becoming the reality itself. Now that you see the universe as a field of infinite timelines, let's go deeper into the most powerful tool you already possess. Your brain. What if I told you your brain does not know the difference between what is imagined and what is real? To the nervous system, vivid imagination is just as impactful as direct experience. This is why thoughts become patterns, and patterns become identity. Within your brain is a system called the reticular activating system. RAS is your inner filter. It decides what you notice, what you ignore, and what gets your focus. When you set an intention clearly and emotionally, your RAS begins scanning the environment to find evidence that matches your belief. That's why when you think about buying a red car, you suddenly start seeing red cars everywhere. It's not magic, it's neurobiology. But there's more. There's a second network called the default mode network. DMN is activated when you daydream, visualize, or reflect. It's the system that rehearses future events before they happen. When you repeatedly imagine yourself living in success, confidence, or love, your DMN begins constructing a mental blueprint, and over time, this becomes your brain's new baseline. Add to that the miracle of neuroplasticity. Your brain is not fixed. It changes, it rewires, and it upgrades itself based on what you repeatedly think and feel. New thoughts create new neural connections, and new neural connections create new identity. When you combine these systems, something extraordinary happens. You begin to reprogram reality from the inside out. Think of it this way. If you vividly imagine yourself already wealthy, already free, already thriving, your body responds. It breathes differently. It relaxes. It aligns. The brain starts mapping this state as familiar, and your energy begins broadcasting it into the field. That's why today's action is simple but powerful. Visualize your already life with as much detail as possible. Then write about it in a journal as if it already happened. Anchor the emotion. Anchor the identity. Because when your brain believes it and your body feels it, the field begins reflecting it, not someday, but as soon as your signal becomes consistent. Now that your brain understands the signals you send are shaping your reality, it's time to make your first true shift. Step 1 in quantum manifestation is not to ask for your future, but to choose it as already done. This is the moment you stop saying someday and start living already. Most people imagine their goals as possibilities, floating somewhere in the distance. But that mindset keeps your energy in waiting. And waiting broadcasts delay. The shift is simple but powerful. Stop thinking if it happens and start anchoring it has already happened. You must create a vivid mental image of the result you desire, not as a dream, but as a memory. See it, feel it, believe it. This is where the technique of backcasting becomes your secret key. Instead of planning forward from your current circumstances, you begin at the destination. You imagine waking up in the reality you've chosen. You see yourself moving through your day with ease, confidence, and joy. You say to yourself, "I woke up this morning already free. I opened my eyes and felt the peace of knowing I am enough. I saw the signs of abundance around me. I felt the satisfaction of a life fully aligned." In this state, you're not seeking results. You're remembering them. That shift in perspective changes everything, because the quantum field doesn't respond to hopes. It responds to the signal of certainty. When you choose your timeline as if it's already printed, you become magnetically aligned with it. This is where you must be careful not to fall back into the trap of waiting. If you wait, you're not embodying. If you doubt, you're not broadcasting clearly. So here's your daily practice. Every morning before the noise begins, close your eyes and enter the version of your life that is already real. Feel it, smell it, own it. Then write a simple line in your journal. I am living the life I have chosen. Let that be your frequency. Let that be your truth. And watch as the world begins to reflect the version you finally decided to become. Now that you've chosen your reality as already done, the next step is to fully become it. Not partially, not mentally, but completely. This is where most people hesitate. They think they need to fake it until it shows up. But you are not here to pretend. You are here to embody. You cannot deceive the quantum field. It does not respond to words alone. It reads frequency, and frequency is emotion in motion. When your body begins to feel the result as real, your energy becomes magnetic. This is what it means to align your inner world with the outcome. Not to force a smile, not to recite empty affirmations, but to allow your nervous system to feel the relief, the gratitude, the certainty, the presence. Imagine it right now. What would it feel like to already be living your chosen reality? Not in theory, but in sensation. Your shoulders relax. Your breath deepens. There's no more pressure, no more urgency, just a quiet knowing, a peaceful strength. This is the signal that the field responds to without resistance. Because now, your words and your energy say the same thing. Your thoughts, emotions, and body are unified. This is coherence, and coherence is clarity. When your signal is clear, reality bends quickly. Your body is not just a vehicle, it is your tuning device. It holds the vibration, it anchors the shift. So feel it. Walk like it. Breathe like it. Speak from it. Live today as if it has already happened. Because when your being reflects the result, the external must match. Right now, speak it aloud, not to impress, but to confirm. Say the words, I am the embodiment of the result I have chosen. Let that phrase move through your chest. Let it echo in your breath. This is not a performance. This is the truth of who you are becoming. And the moment your body believes it, the universe responds as if it never had a choice. Now that you've chosen your reality and embodied its frequency, there is one final step. And this may be the hardest for the mind, but it is essential for the quantum to respond. You must release control. You must surrender the need to figure it all out. Because you are not the one steering the train. You are the frequency it follows. Imagine planting a seed in rich soil. You water it. You give it sunlight. But you do not dig it up every day to check if it is growing. You trust the process. You Allow nature to do its work. The same is true here. Once you've sent your signal into the field, you must let it go. Let go of the timeline. Let go of the method. Let go of the urge to micromanage the outcome. Control is a form of resistance, and resistance scrambles your frequency. The more you try to force it, the more you signal that it has not arrived, and the field mirrors that signal faithfully. So your task is not to chase results. Your task is to remain in alignment. You keep your state clear, your body anchored, your focus open. Let the universe orchestrate the rest. Let possibilities you could never plan unfold in perfect timing. Trust is not weakness. It is energetic mastery. Because trust holds the field steady while chaos moves around you. When you stop needing it to happen a certain way, you create space for miracles. When you become unattached to when it shows up faster. So take this simple but powerful action. Write your desire on a piece of paper. Feel it one last time. Then tear the paper gently. As you do, say with your full presence, I hand this over to infinite intelligence, not out of desperation, but from peace. This is the moment you stop interfering. This is the moment you allow. And when you allow fully, the universe moves in ways far beyond what the mind could ever imagine. Once you've handed your intention over to the field, the next challenge arises. It is not external, it is internal. It's the quiet resistance that lives beneath your surface. Fear, delay, doubt. They do not always scream. Sometimes they whisper. And those whispers can be enough to pull you out of alignment. Fear is not truth. It is a signal. And like all signals, it can be changed. But first, it must be seen. Ask yourself gently, what am I afraid might happen if I fully become this version of me? Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear that you are not worthy of the life you desire. These are old frequencies. They are not you. They are patterns passed down, conditioned, reinforced. But they are not who you are. You are not your fear. You are the awareness that sees through it. And the moment you see it clearly, you reclaim your power to transform it. So replace the picture. Where fear once lived, place the image of victory. See yourself walking through the outcome with confidence. Imagine the feeling of already having faced the thing you feared and realizing it was only smoke. Feel the joy that follows release. Your nervous system will begin to rewire that memory. And every time you revisit that victorious vision, you lower fear's power. Your environment matters. Surround yourself with frequency that supports you. Choose voices, spaces, and relationships that reflect your chosen reality, not your past identity. You don't have to fight fear. You only need to rise above it. Like mist dissolving under the morning sun, fear fades when clarity rises. So let this be your next declaration. Say it with calm certainty. I choose to act from the state of already having, not from fear, not from lack, but from alignment. Type it below if you're ready to make that shift. Because when you act from the state of already having, even small steps become powerful signals. The field does not wait. It responds, not to effort, but to clarity, not to fear, but to frequency. Now that you've moved beyond fear and chosen to act from alignment, there is one more illusion to release. The illusion of destiny as something fixed. Many people carry the belief that their path has already been written, shaped by their past, defined by their failures, set in stone by things they cannot control. But that is not truth. That is programming. Your past is not your prophecy. Your choices now are the pen that writes your future. Imagine destiny not as a locked script, but as a road. And you are not a passenger. You are the driver. You hold the wheel. You choose the direction, even if the road has bumps, even if the scenery repeats. At any moment, you can take a new turn. You can exit the cycle. And it all begins with identity. When you shift who you believe you are, you shift the frequency that creates your outcomes. A new identity sends a new signal. A new signal creates a new reality. Every moment is a point of power. Not someday, not next year, now. This breath, this choice, this moment. You are not bound to repeat the old version of you. You are free to become the new one, but you must declare it. You must release the habit of recreating the past. The body remembers who you've been, but the soul knows who you are becoming. And when you choose the future self as your dominant frequency, the world reshapes to match. Right now, choose to stop manifesting from the script of your old self. Speak this with power and peace. I no longer manifest from the outdated version of me. Let it echo in your chest. Let it become your compass. Because once you stop broadcasting from the past, the future is yours to define. You are not here to relive what was. You are here to rewire what will be. The timeline is open. The field is listening. And you are now the one who decides. Now that you've taken the wheel and reclaimed your identity, there is only one thing left to do. Declare the truth, anchor the frequency, and live from it without hesitation. You are not waiting for the future anymore. You are broadcasting it now. Not through effort, not through wishing, but through alignment, through embodiment, through complete energetic coherence. Let's bring everything together. Step 1. You chose your reality as already done. You stopped imagining your dream in the distance and instead claimed it in the present. Step 2. You embodied the version of yourself who lives from that outcome. You felt it. You aligned with it. You let your body become the tuning fork for a new frequency. Step 3. You surrendered control. You released the need to know how or when. You gave it to the field. And in doing so, you created space for effortless flow. This is the formula. This is the gateway, not to someday, but to now. The universe does not respond to begging. It responds to being. It mirrors what you are, not what you wish to become. And right now, you are the version who has already arrived. Feel that in your breath. Let it echo in your nervous system. Let it guide every choice you make from this moment forward. This is not about performing. It is about remembering. The future you seek is already real in the quantum field. And you, by becoming the signal, bring it into form. So speak your declaration one final time, with certainty, with presence, with power. Type it in the comments below. I am the version who has already manifested. If this journey resonated with your soul, subscribe for more transmissions like this. Share this message with someone ready to shift. And if you want to go deeper, download the free guide called Awaken Your Quantum Power. The link is waiting for.